Thank you very much, everyone. This is second to last session, presentation of the day. I'm really excited about this session we're going to have. Maybe we can quickly jump into quick introductions. I know we've heard all of you speak today, but maybe add a bit of flavor to your introduction of what you think about DeFi, where it is currently, and then we can get an exciting discussion going. Over to you.
Okay, so Alfred Leah, Professor of Finance at the University of Calgary. Super excited about DeFi. I think this will change the way finance is done today. And the only thing that holds us back are regulators that make our life complicated. For some good reasons, probably, but I think the technology will change the way we trade, we provide liquidity in markets, and I'm super excited to see what the future will bring.
Yeah. Hello, this is Amit. I'm a founder of Labyrinth and also a fellow at University of Warwick. Regarding DeFi, right, it's started with a bit of a bang and it's ongoing at its full strength. It is one of the field in which crypto has found a real product market fit. And I think there's a lot to do in terms of adoption of DeFi in larger sense of a bigger audience, and most of the financial protocols which are getting built have seen some of the shortcomings, and if those can be removed in a much more faster pace, then we'll see much more bigger adoption.
Jan, Executive Finance. I think of DeFi as actually extension of TradFi, and I think DeFi is ultimately going to be one of the few layers that will actually be used by agentic AIs. I don't think a lot of actual applications will be purely crypto native. DeFi on the other hand is going to be the layer that all the agents are going to be interacting through. So it's just an extension of TradFi.
Yeah. The thing that sort of I think is incredibly inspiring for me in DeFi is the level of access it gives to the user because of the access of information it's provided. Now in DeFi 1.0, we've addressed some of the financial primitives. And what do you think is missing to get to DeFi 2.0? For example, if we're looking at DEXs, for me, I'd say credit scoring or reputation engines are probably needed in order to get better risk management, in order to attract capital allocators into DeFi. That's one perspective I have. I don't know if you'd like to share anything from your experiences or insights.
Can I?
Yes, please.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say I totally agree that this allows a lot more access. So, and part of it is because DeFi is different. So the way Uniswap is structured, I can be a liquidity provider on Uniswap, but I could not be a liquidity provider on the New York Stock Exchange because I need to be co-located with the exchange computer, so that would just be too complicated. And so there's no chance that I could ever achieve that. But DeFi has different mechanics, different mechanisms that allow broader access. So that's, I think, is great. And the other thing is, what do we need? I think that might sound very boring, but I think what we need is some form of KYC and compliance, because in the end, if you're a large hedge fund manager, you want to make sure that you don't deal with that when you trade, there's not a drug deal on the other side, or a terrorist organization, and that the legal risks would just be too high. So as boring as this sounds, I think some form of KYC and compliance really would be helpful for DeFi to take off.
I agree with Alfred over there. We definitely need some kind of privacy layer. But again, coming from the context of sort of a TradFi, I think that what we don't see is what doesn't exist yet. Think of larger corporations that are real-world corporations actually doing finance on a blockchain. You're going to need a lot of sophisticated instruments. Instead of being focused on trading and speculation, what is just betting markets and a zero-sum game, we actually need real applications, and sophisticated financial instruments will have to be required. They have to be moved from investment banks, and all the experience that the world sort of acquired over the last 200 years will need to be re-implemented on chain.
I think both Alfred and MS said about something about privacy. Just to add, because we are working very deep down in that sector, especially privacy and compliance. So one of the major factor where the large players, institutional you can call it, or even you can call it hedge funds, crypto native, are not using decentralized technology. DeFi is one of them, and they are going to centralized crypto platforms are due to availability of privacy and compliance, like both. Like they want both, like privacy because they want to have private information utilized for themselves. They don't want to dox their portfolios so that the others can snipe, or others can, maybe they can attack, like they can steal funds, right? If you are an open book. But at the same time, I think the compliance is a very critical part. And how to provide compliance, I chatted, like there has been a long debate, but this is one of the deterministic factor for the adoption. The another one is a very financial engineering or a financial design one, right? One being MEV, which is an inherent feature of a blockchain. There has been various attempts to solve, but the greatest loss suffered by this MEV phenomena is on decentralized finance, like from fund running to other things. So that also needs to be, the financial markets on DeFi has to be designed to make sure there is least MEV extraction, as to say, if you can't make it zero.
Fantastic, thank you. Yeah, and just to touch on some of those points, you mentioned that these 200-year-old traditional financial systems, legacy systems that we have at large, what do you think might be the first bits that are going to fail in the traditional systems, where then we see DeFi serving as an opportunity from a market infrastructure perspective, perhaps, that it may be able to solve for? I can open up for everyone, but
okay. So I think two areas that are prone to go to be taken over is international payments. So we see today that corresponding banking relationships are on the decline. It's very costly for banks to do that. At the same time, we see more and more stable coins being sent and other crypto being sent across borders. And so this is, I think, one area that's taking over, and that could benefit a lot of people who want to make small remittance payments. Another area that could go away tomorrow is stock markets, because if we allow the tokenizations of stocks, then we could all trade stocks on something like Uniswap. We could kill the $1 trillion repo market with technology like Aave or Compound, and so the technology is already there. It's just legal and regulatory barriers that keep it from taking over.
Okay, thank you. So one of the biggest product market fit is stable coins. And now there is a big debate about US dollar backed stable coin or cryptocurrency backed stable coin. I am, of course, the utility of being dollar backed stable coin is completely different, but it comes with a certain form of censorship. if the markets also needs to be designed in such a way, in a better way, that cryptocurrency inherent adoption is higher due to the technology itself, and the technology is the blockchain technology, like for example Ethereum. So if we have the more cryptocurrency backed stable coins, that would help the technology, the implicit technology innovation. That's like one point, given the conditional acceptance. And the second thing is blockchain scaling, I think, because all of this adoption relies on this principle that the blockchain has enough supply capacity. And there has been attempts like Ethereum is doing roll-ups, various L1s, faster, cheaper. But the world is moving in the right direction, but that comes with liquidity fragmentation. So I think so the cheaper and with the same security guarantee, or the crypto becomes, or a blockchain becomes, the better adoption it would be in all DeFi markets.
So, I mean, I agree with everyone here. Clearly, we need regulatory framework first, and then what we need is start breaking the walls between crypto and non-crypto. I mean, it's very hard for me to kind of say what we need is some technology that we're going to go away and build inside crypto, and only the small community of degens and crypto native are going to participate at. So it's unclear what that bridge is going to be. Maybe video games, which, you know, financially it's just would completely dominate the entire DeFi industry. Once crypto breaks into the real world, and we do need regulatory framework and regulatory sort of clarity, that there's no stigma around it, then we'll figure out what to do. I mean, I don't think we need something bigger, faster, more unified when there aren't really a lot of users. And I'm really comparing that to the entire world as opposed to just people who are crypto natives.
Lovely, thank you. I guess my final question to kind of wrap up this discussion is, we haven't really considered the impact of AI in this space. I'm of the philosophy that it's a race to the bottom, right? And in a good way, where a lot of consumer applications will deliver such low cost, low barriers of entry for retail users, where then it's a case of DeFi being the foundational payment layer for these applications to execute on. For example, can we provide free healthcare, primary healthcare to every citizen in the world, free education services? Because AI is going to be essentially replacing a lot of the human capital that's required for that. So then it becomes a case of how do DeFi protocols and services sort of service these sort of applications. Do you have any thoughts on the impact of what AI could do in DeFi? Just a broad, open question.
Yeah, sure. So we have been fiddling around the idea in our research group around AI, finance, and crypto. Regarding DeFi, it's already happening in a test environment, right? So there is a new field in finance like robo-advising, right? And AI actually is an automated, self-directed automated engine which can decide. And AI and DeFi are very much, aligned to each other, because the DeFi is pretty much based on smart contract, right? So autonomous entities, smart contracts and inherent autonomous censorship resistance, and they are, you can start them with machine directions, and AI on the other side is the intelligence developing, or the intelligence framework developing according to the user need. So and DeFi is a bit complicated as well. If you have ever tried to use any protocol from Aave to other, it has certain level of complications. And like similarly with the DEX or wallets and other things. So I think the AI and DeFi will merge into various what we call it an AI agentic framework, and it would be pretty much automated. So it would help DeFi to so that more people get adopted. In classical case of payments, Stripe and Web2, you can do this automated wallet-enabled payment, and also it will help AI people to find the use case for them, because again, in the end of a day, if you are driving driverless car, there is a human behind that, right? So it's a perfect ground to test the AI technology as well, and that is what you see, right? A lot of people are trying.
I agree very much with what Emmett said. I think of DeFi and AI in a similar way. What DeFi to AI is what robotic arm is to a robot. Think of an autonomous agent wanting to build something. Maybe they need to buy something. Maybe they need to sell something. Maybe they need to have some kind of payment sent to release some transaction. This basically is why I think DeFi is going to be one of the primary layers in the agentic sort of world. And the users are not going to be human, they're going to be agents.
Doom or gloom finishing there?
No, I think it will be a very interesting opportunity. DeFi allows us to make global payments and also make very, very small payments very efficiently, which we cannot do in traditional payment systems. So this could open up a lot of economic opportunities in conjunction with AI, where you make micropayments for specific services that you use from an AI-powered agent, and that could power a lot of innovation and move us forward.
Fantastic, lovely. Thank you very much there for your thoughts and insights. Fantastic panel there. We wrap up and try and do applause with the crowd over here. Thank you.